Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, back for more Age of Wonders 4, continuing Hephaestus's crusade across the Logar's territory. At this point, we're just about to finally hit back. We've been playing on defense for pretty much this whole game. Finally think I can go knock out one of Logar's cities. However, I am a little bit nervous. This campaign, this particular excursion that Hephaestus is on, at some point, I did see a very powerful yellow army. I'm afraid they'll show up again. So I could still have a pretty big fight on my hands here, but Logar's forces have been fairly well decimated, I think. So I shouldn't have to worry about Logar. I'm just worried about his friends showing up and helping him out. But the general plan is take this city, either turn it into a vassal or burn it to the ground. Haven't decided yet. And then move on towards Hornward and try to take his capital. Basically, Hephaestus is in full-on offense mode right now. However, there is something that I need to take care of back closer to home. I don't have a lot of feedback to go through, so let's just jump through the few things that I do have. First, a couple reminders from me. I want to forge another item, so I just wanted to make sure I didn't do that. That I did do that. I have already looked through my heroes at the moment, and I do need one more pair of those stalwart shoes that I was making, but I also want to make something new. So if I go in here, I'm going to make something for my pikemen because they do not have any boots. So I'm going to pick those ones, and we're going to give these fast movement. I can't get very fast movement, but we can at least get fast movement. And I find that's useful on any unit that can't have a mount, like a pikeman. So we'll do that, and then probably toss in, let's see, we could do maybe just one defense, one resistance, just make them fairly well-rounded, and then one status resistance. So we'll call them the, I guess, haste boots. There we go. And those will be for my pikemen. Just wanted to make sure that I'm using those. And then another thing for me, just a reminder that I wanted to send myself, was to send the Whispering Stone and Flowing Fields somewhere else. I had put it in Flowing Fields in anticipation of all this crap getting sieged kind of constantly. That might still be a thing that I need to worry about, but for the moment it still seems like Nebular Sanctum is more likely to get sieged. And, of course, Tridale. It doesn't seem like they're very interested in going after Flowing Fields. Now, it's possible future city-state infestation, or future raiding parties from enemy city-states go after it. Maybe the ones that had already spawned were pre-targeted to go somewhere else. But for the moment, I'm going to withdraw that, and I'm going to give it to Nebular Sanctum. I do want to check real quick to make sure that my free cities I'm maxed out on. Okay, I've got one in High Pledge already, so we're working on that. So I've got two to work with. Okay, I think that's fine to put it in Nebular Sanctum for now, because it seems like that city's just constantly getting invaded. I might change that decision later. One other thing that I wanted to do is I'm almost done with the Mages Guild here and realized I have a quarry here that I don't really need. That should probably be a conduit. So I'm going to swap that over too to get a little bit more mana out of that Mage's Guild. The Rune Carver's Camp was getting a benefit from it, but I actually have somewhat complicated plans about how I'm going to re-spec this whole city. I have this giant forum here that I can build, which counts as a conduit. It's that thing I unlocked from the artifact that I collected, and gets Imperium per adjacent special province improvement. What I would like to do is actually get rid of the Ritual Pyre. I don't feel like I really need that at all, because I don't really have any foresters in the city to connect it to. Then I can move the Rune Carver's Camp up to where the Ritual Pyre is, and put the Giant's Forum there. And the Giant's Forum is a quarry, so the Rune Carver's Camp would get bonuses from what would be the Giant Forum. It'll get bonuses from Lob's Hollow, which that's a quarry. And then I can build quarries here and here and get the Rune Carver's Camp 4 adjacency bonuses if I move it to that spot. And then the Giants Forum, if it's sitting here, will be next to 1, 2 special province improvements. Then I could maybe move the teleporter over there and get a third adjacency for it. And then in this corner, I'm planning to do my little triple farm things. Farmstead, Carnival of Flesh, and then just a regular farm. Kingerhelm really needs growth, so I'll probably do that first. But yeah, I think that would be a good idea. I don't know, maybe it would be a better idea to grab that just to get the Giants Forum down, because it's such a good province improvement. But yeah, Kingerhelm needs some optimization one way or the other. I think I'll build the Fishmonger next. The city really could use more food. Pretty badly, actually. So yeah, we'll be working on Kingerhelm in moving forward. And then finally, last comment from Vapape, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, is up north of my capital. There actually is an Astral Dew sitting right there, just perfect to complete off this Cosmoflux Elixir set and give me a lot of extra knowledge and mana. The problem is, it's got some pretty powerful armies sitting on it. Originally, I thought world threat level is normal in this game, so I figured these guys could probably run up and deal with it. But they probably can't. They would get kind of torn apart. I wouldn't mind losing a couple of them. The pikemen in particular don't really... Well, I guess I've only got one left. I thought I had another. Oh, there's the other one. A few of those units are expendable, but I don't know that I want to just throw them all away on something like that. So I need a chance to get some other armies through this teleporter here to run up real quick and take care of that. There's a good spot for an outpost up here because I could put the outpost here, which would be on a mana node, and then expand to this and build a conduit on the Astral Dew, which gives me both research and mana. So this area, I need to take this. If I can take that, then I don't need to worry as much about going with Tome of Transmutation. I could stick with my original plan of getting the Tome of the Crucible for my next tome, which is what I would really prefer to do because it's better for my build. So I think that's the plan. I just have to figure out how I'm going to do that, who I can spare. And at the moment, my mage's army is a little preoccupied because brown is coming from this way, and then white is coming from this direction. So I need to defend Tridale first, and then I think maybe these guys could take a quick detour. Maybe I could send them through that teleporter real quick and go take care of that. So we'll see what happens, how things shake out in the coming turns. But that's definitely on my agenda. I think having an outpost up there, that's a decent amount of extra mana just for all the mana nodes up there. I also realized that this tile here has a mana node on it, so if I can clear that and start expanding the borders of Obsidian Forge that way, I can eventually get all that anyway, even regardless of the outpost. So that's something that I'm definitely going to be working on. Obsidian Forge is actually growing fairly fast too, so I might be able to even just skip the outpost entirely. I could blow some money on Imperium to jumpstart growth just to get that quicker if I need to. Basically, all I need to do is clear this, and I would spend the Imperium to get that because I need mana and knowledge that badly right now. So yeah, I'll be working on that. Anyway, these guys got to chill here because this army got pretty beat up. They have... Wait, no, I don't have that. No, I don't have this yet. I really need Resourceful Vigor. That would be tremendously helpful pushing forward. Unfortunately, Hephaestus' army kind of locked in over here. I can't make a teleporter for them to get back home real quick, but I guess that's okay. I suppose they're where they need to be right now, messing up the enemies. Alright, hopefully Hephaestus being up there takes some pressure off these armies and gives them some flexibility to move around elsewhere. If I can focus more armies into attacking Hephaestus, that's probably ideal. I know I have a signature skill available on Hephaestus. We need to get to our next tome for me to get that, because it's going to be Ancient of Earth. But there is another hero that needs to have... Well, I know that also. One of these guys... Okay, let's just navigate over to it this way. The mage has to be totally respect. There he is. Because after the Griffin update, the mage tree is entirely different now, which is cool. I am going to go with Fire Mage, surprising absolutely no one. So we'll take Discipline of Flames. Now what's interesting here is you can do Chaining Evocation with fire now, which I think is kind of cool. But I kind of want to go down this right path here for the damage bonus on an Amplified Magic. both paths have things that I think are pretty handy. Um, like unrestrained magic is really, really nice. The nice thing is you can actually go down both paths though, um, because this is one of those rare skill trees where if you get down to one of these two, you can actually, like, say I took this and then this and then went down to this, you can actually cross from this one over to this one, which is a little unusual. With a lot of trees you can't do a horizontal move like that, but in this one you definitely can. So, but in my case, I'm probably going to take the AoE damage for dealing damage to enemy units in a 1 hex radius rather than the chain one, I think, because then I don't know that I really want that one, even though that's good too. Really, everything in here is pretty good. Um, but I'm kind of targeting going after amplified magic for the just flat damage bonus, and then going down to evocations doing more damage, and then maybe down this middle tree. This one is great if you want to punch through resistance on like a specific turn, but in status resistance. But I think getting the elemental focus might be better because it lets them sort of stand still and have further range when casting magic attacks. There's a lot to think about here. The one I know I'm not getting is the summons. I'm really all about casting here. But yeah, I don't know. I do tend to like this chain one a little more overall, I think. But it's gonna take me extra time to get down there if I go that path. What's this do? 10% damage against targets with electrified, burning, frozen, stunned, or slowed. How many do I have? I have 10 points to spend, I think it said. Or 9 available. Okay, 9. Let me see. Let me just carve out a path here real quick. Let's say I went with Blastivic, or the middle one, which is the AoE. And then I went to Withering Magic. Whoa. Yeah, let's pretend I did this. Then I did Amplified Magic. Then I did Evocation Damage bonus. What's that one? This is a really good one. I'm going to want to get that one because I'm going to end up setting a lot of units on fire. Then I can get these 3. Let's say I did that. Elemental Mastery, which gives me more damage on fire attacks. And then I could get Wildfire, which cascades. So I have like kind of one that I can be flexible with, which would probably put into Meteor Strikes or possibly Amplifying Elements, just because of how many units I'm going to end up setting on fire. And I think this is guaranteed burns. And that is guaranteed burns. Yeah, inflicts 4 burning for 3 turns. That is a lot of burning. The thing is, like, and that's kind of the reason I'm not, this side isn't as interesting to me with this particular setup, because attacks and abilities ignoring status resistance isn't quite as useful for getting burns out, because I'm going to have guaranteed burns anyway. So unless there's another particular status that I'm trying to inflict, I kind of think going down this route and just getting more range on my attacks and damage when I'm holding still is probably a little bit more useful. Yeah, I think this looks fairly good. I kind of am tempted to go get the chain evocation one, but I think this sort of works like a chain ability, so having a kind of ball-shaped AoE combined with Wildfire is probably fine. This can only be used once for battle, though, but I think that's okay. I think this is probably a good setup. I do, however, think Amplifying Elements is probably good. I think that's probably better than even Meteor Strikes right now, just because of how much burning I tend to inflict. Each unit in combat with burning, that adds up really fast. This one gives 4 right off the bat, though. And it affects adjacent enemies. Because this affects adjacent enemies, I think I do have to take Meteor Strikes here. Oh gosh, but I also want this. because 2 fire damage and then 10% damage against targets that are burning. I'll come back for it. I think this is a fine setup for an initial round at this mage, because it does get me all the way down to wildfire, which I really wanted. So I'm going to take that. He'll level up, we'll get more points for him, but I think that's a pretty good start. With all that being said, I guess we can go to the next turn. Sorry I had to do some kind of housekeeping there because of the update, but he was really the only one I had to change. If I had a Ritualist, I would have had to change them too. I actually haven't even seen the new Ritualist skill tree, and I played through almost an entire game since the Griffin update came out. I just never happened to get a Ritualist. The Battle Saints are kind of cool, though. I built one out to be sort of a cleric, and they function somewhat similarly to Ritualists, although I think I kind of like... I liked the Ritualists better for healing than I like the Cleric Battle Saints. But I don't know, the Ritualists might still have a lot of the same healing stuff they used to have, so I'll have to look into it. Battlefield Restoration, though, is on the Battle Saints now, which was like the big Empire or Battlefield-wide buff. Okay, Sanguine is still down here, but she's taking a weird route. She could have ran straight at me, and instead she's goofing around over here for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Logar is moving, so we should probably go have a look at Hephaestus, see if he reinforces the city. He did a little bit. Oh, he's already back. Oh, he wants to come out and fight. Okay. All right. I think that was incredibly stupid of you, but sure, whatever. I'm just going to hit that one stack there and tear him apart, and then probably back up and heal a little more. Maybe just by virtue of being here, I can draw a lot of attention from the enemies. Even if I can't quite take kill wall. I think I can, though. I need this army to patch up a little bit. Now it's Nicoreth. Last I saw her, she was moving her big, scary army away from Hephaestus. She was just running it basically straight east, which tells me she's got to be over here in the northeast somewhere. So I'll be trying to track her down. I think Logar, though, at this point is just asking to get himself killed. This is insane. I don't know what this guy is thinking. I mean, clearly he's not. Unfortunately, Logar himself abandoned ship here. He's not out here anymore, unless he's invisible. I really wish Nicoreth would send that big army back after me so I could just deal with it, rather than having it potentially jump me at some point in the future. Alright, Venira is moving. That is going to be probably down near Tridale. They'd have one army down here, but that's the only one that I'm aware of right now. I really hope that Brown just rushes forward so I can deal with this crap. Come on, Brown. Just rush in after Tridale. I think having these lava pits here are doing me a lot of, are really doing Tridale a lot of good. It's because if Brown comes at me from this direction, they can't cross here to go after Tridale. They have to walk all the way around, and then there's like a chasm in their way. Now they backed off. That's kind of annoying. I wanted to just deal with them now rather than have to sit around Tridale babysitting it. Maybe I need to run down here and deal with Sanguine. Or I could just sort of abandon Tridale for a minute. Yeah, these guys are moving up, though. I don't know. Can I afford to just abandon Tridale for a minute? I am trying to get that bathhouse done here. How much would it cost to hurry that? More gold than I really want to spend on it. No one can siege the city right now, so there's not really any reason to hurry it. Alright, I think what I'm gonna do is try to see if I can get a break to go use my mage's army. See, these guys are running away too. The Brown keeps coming in, slapping something, and then running off. How come I have more vision range out here all of a sudden? Oh, I finished the building that I was making in my capital. We can right-click those signature skills. I think I got an arcane observatory in the capital. Nebular Sanctum produced Mana Obelisk. King. Wow, all my cities got done building something on this turn. So I think I just got the Mages Guild here. I'm working on I'm trying to get my hands on the Academy out here, but I think in the moment I'm gonna probably do the Lord's Manor so I can start getting extra food from that governor there. Yeah, let's do that. I think that's a good choice for this city. And in Kingerhelm, I think I want the fishmonger. I need more food. Yeah, let's do that. And I think I'm gonna put the farmstead here. What is this? That's a mine. It's a fairly good mine too, because it's connected to this. Okay, the Meridon Maze. Yeah, I think this is gonna end up being a farmstead. But I would rather go ahead and get the fishmonger first, because that's more immediate boost to food right now, and it's not too expensive. As for my capital, I could get the Room of Recall. 1 turn less to respawn ruler. I might take that just as like an insurance policy. I'll go ahead and grab it. And then I'll just kind of get the defensive city upgrades here, I suppose. Because I haven't really gotten any of these. Let's get like the Caltrop stash, the catapult towers. I could go ahead and build the blacksmith, but I'm not really making troops in my capital right now. Although, actually, I'm about to though, because of the geomancers. I'm gonna want to make a few of those for Hephaestus. Yeah, because I've got pyromancers out there with Hephaestus, and I need to switch them out for something better. Hopefully these guys help me defend against this crap. I am going to push my luck and run up this way. Unfortunately, these guys can't quite make it through that teleporter. What about these guys? If I could make it, I might use, if they can actually make it through, now might be a good time. Yeah, they can. I think now might be a good time to use favorable winds. Also, I'm pretty sure I can go ahead and use Resonant Blades now. I've got enough mana income. And I think applying the negative status effect based on terrain could be handy right now. How much is this going to cost in upkeep? 86. That's still pretty steep. Let's hold off on that for now. That's half my mana income. I'm not quite ready to spend all that. Although if it makes battling easier, maybe it's worth it. I'm not casting any spells right now, am I? I can't justify it quite yet. It's still too steep. I want to let my mana build up a little bit more. Maybe next turn, but not quite yet. Alright, I'm going to do favorable winds on this army so that they can all get through the teleporter on this turn. That is the plan. I want to get over here and take care of this crap as quickly as I can, because this is a massive priority. Okay, and then you guys already checked, can get through here. And then you guys, if I hasten you. And we're just gonna have to let Tridale fend for itself for a few turns. It'll probably be a mess when I get back, but Tridale's in a perpetual state of being a mess. So I'm fine with that. Alright, get through the teleporter, and probably need to be on this side of it. Oh, actually, there's a bridge there, so it doesn't matter. Alright, let's go ahead and get that ready again, because I kind of always want favorable winds to be ready. Well, Brown backed up all the way over here. Maybe they're trying to move around and reform with these guys? I'm not really sure. I can't catch up with them with these armies, but What I'll probably do is send these armies through the teleporter here. Although they could get picked off if I'm not careful, if a bunch of stuff comes down that cave entrance. These guys aren't really that strong. Maybe I send them down this teleporter. It's a little safer. And they can still generally be in the right area. I think I'll do that. They're a little safer over here because there's no nearby cave entrances. So I'll do that. Brown might still push up from the south now that I backed off, but if he does, I can always warp right back over there. So, and then these few extras actually need to be. I need to have them find their way out with this group, so that they're actually doing something. Because there's 2 open spots there. So let's get you 2 over here. They also risk being picked off from that cave entrance, but I'm okay with taking that risk with just 2 units. Okay, we'll worry about the bathhouse next turn. I don't need to hurry production on it right now. And now we gotta break some stuff. I wonder what status effect I could get from resonant blades fighting on terrain like this. In any case, this should be a pretty easy fight, so I'm going to kind of move up with Hephaestus here. And if I do well enough, I might go straight into the siege after this. Let's go ahead and allow the use of spells in this fight. Oh, Logar is in here. Okay. That's good. At 533 mana, kind of trying to keep an eye on how much it's spending. Well, we can't be losing liege guards, can we? This army can't afford to lose anybody. Alright, well, we'll do it ourselves. I think it'll feel a bit cathartic to let Hephaestus just smash up a bunch of Logar's stuff anyway. I auto-combated everything in the last episode with Hephaestus, I think, so. Now, it is worth noting that he has been nerfed a little bit. Again, this is no longer a single target attack, which means meteor strikes is less useful on it. But it's still a crap ton of damage, so I think it'll be alright. Okay, they've kind of split into 2 separate groups here. Whenever they do this, a lot of times I like to focus really hard on whichever side has, like, their leader. In this case, it's going to be up here. So Hephaestus is just going to book it in this direction. I'm going to move these guys along with him. That's my Death Knight buddy. I'm going to try to lure them into doing something stupid with this wyvern right there. And then I don't have any healing over there, do I? Not much. Hey. Okay, you go here, guard the boss. There you go. And then you go here and guard this boss. You stand behind them, you come out here kind of on the side. Then I need you guys to move back and get patched up a bit. I can move her for the bannerman there and kind of ward Hephaestus at the same time. Move these guys all over. There's no other heroes that need Sworn Bond or whatever, so kind of move these guys up like this. I'll leave him there. Okay, I was actually hoping to leave him within range of that unit, but he went a little too far. I need healers up there more. Just gonna kind of keep these guys away from that army there. They'll probably reach me and initiate combat before I'm really ready for it. They usually do, but I'm willing to pay that price if it means Hephaestus gets to go personally smash Logar with his giant axe. I really, really hate this lizard, in case you couldn't tell. I really hate that lizard. Let's see if Hephaestus could make it to this spot. He could smash and hit Logar in the back. I'm not sure that it's enough to kill him, though. I don't think it would be. It might be if... how's Logar's defense? He's got quite a bit of defense. No, it wouldn't be enough to kill Logar. But I can hopefully get them to break their tight little formation by moving this guy up and spitting on somebody. There you go. Go after the wyvern. I promise nothing bad will happen. Do I have any decent AoEs? Oh wait, I could pull Logar out of formation. Ooh, hang on. Now we're talking. I think that's worth it. Fortunately, I didn't get the stun on him. I kind of need him to use his retaliations on somebody that's not that knight. You know what? That might have been a waste of a spell. Because I don't think I can really take full advantage of it. He's got first strike, so he's going to hit Hephaestus, I think. It actually doesn't indicate that he will. Huh. But I can't afford to leave him alive next to the knight. Because he has a polearm, he is going to do a lot of damage to that knight. I think I might be better off putting the shield up here and letting him take some of the hits, or actually even putting my Death Knight. You know what? I'm just not going to risk it. I'm going to let him do whatever he wants on this turn. I will put the shield next to him because he can't do a whole lot of damage to my shield, and that might distract him from moving. I just want him to let his guard down, and as soon as he does, he's dead. I can also curse him, which is kind of fun. Except I have to move right next to him to do that, which is not something that I want to do. What else could I do? I could summon a Stone Spirit, that might be fun. I could actually do it there, which traps Logar in here. And can do this. Okay. So Logar can't really move now, which is good. I'll move Hephaestus up just a bit. But we want to keep him shielded and warded if I can. We can get a little burning on him. No, unfortunately, I didn't get any burning on him. Alright, how about down here? These guys took a bad route, I think. I can take advantage of this by just moving away from them. And leading them on kind of a wild goose chase. Need him a little closer to get the heals that I want him to have. Move you up there. I kind of want to get as many people up on this side as possible. Okay, they might be able to reach me now. Not really. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I think Logar's in a bad spot. I just need him to make a mistake, is all. And my summons are the units that are by far the most vulnerable up there, so they should Hopefully go after them. Oh, they got a taunt down there. I'm glad that didn't work. Okay, now Logar's dead. I'm sure I can find a way to kill him now. Zombies in the way. I can probably deal with them. Okay, now we're getting into combat down here. Okay, we'll be fine. I need to get that zombie off of my fire mage first thing, which the knight is probably a good use of that. Kind of want to go after Logar with him, but polearm is in the way, charge is blocked. You know what? I could do this and soften Logar up if I need to. The first thing I need to do, though, is deal with the zombie that's in my way here. Yeah, I'm going to use the knight to do that. Because that opens up a nice fireball I can do back here. Yeah, I'm willing to do that on top of my own stone summon. Let's see. Is that Berserker there, I think? Yep. Alright, if you do a bunch of damage to him, will Hephaestus kill? If Hephaestus moves there and punches through the Berserker, I think he will. Oh, I sundered defense several times there. Yeah, this will work. And I thought he might do that. That's okay. I'm trying to decide if I want to try to teleport with Hephaestus or move him somewhere to do something else. Because I can pretty easily kill Logar with really anyone at this point. I'll just have him work on killing the wyverns. Wait, doesn't this guy have killing momentum? No, I think I was working on getting it, but I don't have it yet. Yeah, I kind of want to get to that back line with Hephaestus and start tearing that apart if I can, which would mean teleporting over here and smashing that up, or having Hephaestus go down to help the other army if I feel like this one's under control. So yeah, I think I'm just going to use him to kill Logar, and I do kind of want to trigger Steadfast on this guy. You know, I'm going to use you to do that. Just get his Steadfast triggered. We'll kill Logar with somebody else. Leech Guard there will work. Oh, Logar's Steadfast. Oh, that's not great. Do I have somebody with Purging Arrows? I do. I can't get a great shot on him, but... Alright, well, I'm probably going to want... Now I definitely need Hephaestus to move, because... Yeah, let's get back here and smash that stuff up. Because Logar and his Berserk buddy can't die right now. Unless I can manage to get that Dispel 1 effect. Dang it, I don't think I got it. Yeah, he's still steadfast. Alright, well. Finish him off, or not. Oh, he's such an annoying build. Alright, well, at least my Death Knight's protected. He's going to take quite a beating from these two, but Hephaestus managed to lock down the range, so my Death Knight's not in any real danger. I think everybody else needs to sort of shift their focus to attacking this crap down here. What kind of hero are you? I'm thinking about just using Abducting Cyclone to pull him off of my army so that I can focus on softening these units up first. Let's inflict burning to the Ice Dragon. That seems useful. Or Wyvern, whatever. And I probably need to spam this as much as I possibly can. Just keep everybody patched up. I also have Hold the Line. That might be useful here to keep him from taking as much damage, but it actually wouldn't matter that much because this guy could just cancel his retaliation and break his guard, so it wouldn't really help. I think using Abducting Cyclone to just keep that hero off of me for a little longer is probably worthwhile. Yeah, he can still reach this line, but he just can't do as much damage if he gets there. I'm gonna move you here so he can't reach the archer. Right there, I think, with the trees. That should, yeah, that'll block the archer. And now we gotta get some guys up on those skirmishers, I think. What am I even fighting here? I can't see from the trees. The Obsidian Wyvern? Okay. One nice thing is that Sundering Blades is now a guaranteed Sundered Defense, which is really, really cool. That helps me out quite a bit. I think I'm going to attack with this guy. I will defend with this guy. I'm going to move him up. I can move him here. I can buff that guy. And you move you there and defend just to force the fairies into a difficult spot. And I think I'm gonna use you to move over here and possibly go on a bit of a flank. Yeah, I think they're in a good spot to do a lot of damage on the next turn. Alright, I think I'm good. Oh, they didn't go after my hero like I thought. Instead, they're stabbing the shield that was on defense. They could have done a lot more damage to the hero, so I'm not really sure what that was all about. My units are too tanky. I'm getting status effects, though. That's kind of Logar's thing. But I got so much health that it's starting to not matter quite as much. And now Logar can die, which is just wonderful. Okay, there's a lot of units in here with barely any health left. If I can manage to get a, I think an Immolate here would be really good. That would kill 2. Not sure that it's necessary. Actually, it's not necessary. I have flame burst weapons. If I can manage to kill somebody with a melee attack, I think it would blow up everyone around him. Flame burst weapons. Okay. Hephaestus, I need you, if you would be so kind, to smash him into dust. There you go. We'll save his second wind. I can lob a fireball at this guy. And that should allow this guy to run around. I don't actually think I need to run through the fire, though. I'll just use him. Okay, there's flame burst weapons triggering. And this should trigger it against Logar. There we go, Logar's dead. That guy did slip away. There we go, this is all cleaned up. Now everybody else can focus on assisting in this area. Which I'm pretty sure I have a mage that needs to get down there. Yeah. At this point, we're gonna win this fight. It's just more about taking as little damage as possible. This will also trigger flame burst weapons. There we go. That is really, really nice. I really want to hit the hero with this guy, not the young dragon that's in the way. But can't really be helped. Alright. At least that broke the trees, so now this guy's easier to hit. A lot easier to hit, actually. There's a lot that are considering running. That dragon's so close to being dead. Come on. I just want to drop that unit. I think even an ignite could do the trick right now. That guy's dead. I can start surrounding him. Okay, I could do this. And then I can defend with him. So this guy can't really do too much damage to anyone. Alright, we got this under control now, I think. Is there anyone in here that... I guess I could come defend for them. Oh, I keep forgetting this guy's got a heal. May as well drop it on him. Oh wait, he was decaying. Oh, it just is 25% less healing now. But it stacks, so that was like 75% less healing. Oopsie. What did you just do? I think he taunted someone. Oh, hey, look, there's people running. I don't think that's gonna be okay with me. No, I want to chase these guys down if I can. They might actually get away. That's sad. Well, go do what you can. I can pull one of them back with Abducting Cyclone. Oh, sweet. There we go. You're not going anywhere. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Sorry, you don't get to leave. He's stunned. Alright, that's better. Not too much damage, still kind of broadly damaged though. Crap I don't need that I won't ever use. Let's sell that or disenchant that. Another archer. I'm going to have to just disband this guy. Now the question is, do I go for the siege now while my armies are a little beat up, or do I give them one more turn to recuperate? I am of the opinion that I probably need to spend one more turn recuperating. I don't feel like it would be wise for me to overextend when I know there's other big armies out there. I've got the advantage now, and I don't want to push too far and end up getting myself killed. On the other hand, though, if I could take this and make this entire area friendly territory, that would be super helpful. It's going to be, what, a 3-turn siege? And I'm not going to get that much more health by being in my own territory. You know what? Let's do it. It's time. It's time to push. I think I've got the upper hand here. My units aren't like at death's door. I just have several that are at roughly 50 to 75% health. That's not terrible. We can work with it. I'm not worried about Logar showing up, and hopefully this distracts people. I need this kind of as a distraction while my mage's army is gone. What do I want to bring to this fight with me? I don't really need anything for siege damage, because I'm going to get it in 2 turns. Raiding Party is now an evil action, I noticed, which I don't really want to be evil, because the effect that it has on random events. But this is a pretty big city, fairly high tier. It's 20, so population 20. It might be the highest tier of city. If it's 20, it would have built the town hall level 4. So it might actually be worth the raiding party, because that could be up to 200 gold. Yeah, we can be a little evil. Besides, it's Logar's people. They'll be lucky if I let them stay alive. I still haven't decided whether I'm going to burn this city down or turn it into a city-state vassal. I think having it as a city-state vassal might be good because of where it is. It's like kind of right in the middle of all the enemy stuff, and will be a huge distraction. Burning battlements is normally a good idea for me. And I do like Undermine the Walls. Tower Bombardment's also good. Costs mana though. But in this case, I want to make sure that I get this city. In fact, I might do Burn Battlements, Undermine the Walls, and Bombard Towers instead of Raiding Party. Or I could do all of them. Hang on. Why don't I just take this and get all of the above? I don't really need the Imperium for anything else at the moment. And I'm probably going to be doing a lot of sieging, so I'm going to be getting that eventually anyway. May as well do it now. Alright, so raiding party, which will allow these to pay for themselves, and then tower bombardment. I'm just going to hit this city with everything I've got, because I don't know how much he's going to reinforce it between now and then. Okay. Also, something else I wanted to check. I don't think he had a Spelljammer in here, but you can kind of look by clicking any province. And there is no Spelljammer in this city. So, sucks to be him. Alright, we got the... What did I just build here? I think I built a Mage's Guild? I think it was a Mage's Guild. I kind of want... You know, this city needs stone walls, and I don't have quarries in it. I'm not going to wait to get quarries in it. We're just going to make the stone walls. Is Brown still down there? Okay. Spell is ready. Favorable winds. We're good on that. I believe these guys have already made their moves. I think we're at the end of the turn here. Adding more and more collections to the crypt and the prisons. We have NPC army at Voltopia coming out of the underground there, or the umbral terrain. Hopefully they're going after Hephaestus like I think these people are. Okay. I'm at the end of the turn. I really hope I don't regret pushing this hard at Kilville. But I might regret it. Maybe I should just go ahead and cast Resonant Blades. Frick, here comes their condemning burden of guilt. Crap. I guess I should be looking down here, huh? Yeah, she's still just wandering aimlessly down here. I don't... Huh. I mean, she doesn't have a very good army. It would die if it tried to go after me, so... Yeah, these guys might actually try to siege the city. I'm not really sure where they're going, but I'm hoping that this army with the 2 dragons can deal with them, or come pretty close to dealing with them. In a worst case scenario, I think I can get these people down here to clear them off. Alright, back to Logar, whose turn I anticipate won't take as long as the others. Yep, it's already over. He's got a flesh abomination coming out of the Umbral Gate here. He's got territory down there. So one thing I don't really have is any Umbral outposts. Yeah, I don't have anything down there, which is rough because there's a lot of good economic stuff you can get out of those places. Alright, Purple, you got any other tricks you want to throw my way? Hopefully, if you could just wait for like 1 turn so that I can deal with stuff up north of my capital, that would be just wonderful. Just chill out for just 1 turn, please. Thank you. Okay, now it's Fiala, who now my capital can see so far. I can just watch everything they're doing down here, which is really nice. That's quite a bit of advanced warning for anything that's going on. Alright, they came back. That's, I guess, not surprising. I don't know that I'm really that worried about them, though. They might pillage some stuff, but... there's more stuff amassing down here around Equilon, though. Alright, well, the good news is that I have the ability with my mage's army to run up here and deal with this stuff now, so I'm going to do that. It's a pretty weak army on that. It's probably a weak army on that mana node there. I want to try to clear all of that while I'm over here. This probably isn't as important. It's just a mana stash. So, yeah, I'm going to try to get all of this cleared out while I'm up here. The Living Fog, he can maybe wait. I don't know if I want to go that far. But definitely the big main one, for sure. So I'm going to move you out front here. You here. And you here. And then we need to kill some lost wizards. Oh, I can get away with just not fighting them? For 210 mana. Alternatively, I can be evil and just get rid of them for free. I'll put them down. I'm fairly well in friendly territory here. I don't need to worry that much about taking damage. And I'll get the XP from killing them. It's probably not a bad idea. And my knights got pretty freaking beat up, but I'll take that. I don't want to do that fight myself very much. Okay, I can get lifesteal.
Hey.
And then what I might do is actually build the outpost here. Yeah, it's going to be faster, because if I build that outpost there, then that means on next turn, I'm getting all those benefits. And I probably won't even keep the outpost for that long. I'm probably going to end up dismantling it as I move my capital's borders up in this direction, which will be happening pretty quickly. But it's just going to be an outpost that I need for a few turns, so... but I still do want to clear the other stuff in this area. So I will do that. Right there. And I got another defender. Who is gonna go down here. Out of the way. Almost want to turn them around and go back through the teleporter now, but now while we're up here, I need to handle all this crap, so we'll deal with it. It's just a quick little excursion. I've also actually, it would make more sense for me to go through here, break that, break this, and then use that teleporter. In fact, I might be able to even clear that mana node back there while I'm at it, and I don't really need this quarry, or the iron deposit. That doesn't do me any good. But the mana node back there, that would get me 10 more mana per turn. This would be all very good to have. Okay, let me try to get these guys all together. It looks like this army's coming up to challenge some of my units that are over here. I wish they wouldn't try to force them to use the teleporter. That's annoying. And I'm in a risky spot with these guys. I think I need to send them back through to scare Brown off again, instead of risking being near a cave entrance that a whole bunch of people could come down at any moment. So I'll do this. Just kind of keep warping them back and forth wherever they need to be. But Tridale can manage on its own for now. The nice thing about Tridale is because of all that lava, no one can really sneak up on it very quickly. I don't even need to hurry the production of the bathhouse, so I don't have to worry about anyone attacking it on this turn. Okay. Oh yeah, I was starting to build some guys for my new army. In fact, why don't you guys head out here and join her, because she's the new one. Probably need to keep building more. I can always use more liege guards for her, so it'll work. Alright, this is my polearm hero that leveled up. Normally what I like to do after getting defensive masters on a polearm is to switch down this path, take the +2 damage on physical attacks, and then kind of get the pushing attack, the aggressive push, and then work my way down towards unlimited retaliations. Because unlimited retaliations paired with defensive masters is amazing. So I think I'm going to do that. Could give her lifesteal, but I kind of like wind barrier on a unit like that. Who could use lifesteal? Maybe you? Possibly the Spellblade. The mage I kind of like having slip away. You kind of seem like a good candidate for lifesteal. You're a melee fighter. You kind of a death knight, so it fits with you thematically. Yeah, you've got slip away. Yeah, I think I'm going to give it to the Death Knight. Okay, back to my capital. I can now build the armory, so let's get that. Kind of prepping for Geomancer production. And I do now have my wall up in the outpost, so these guys can't just take it. They'll probably go around and try to get to Hephaestus, I imagine. I assume that's what they're doing out here. I am tempted to put the watchtower out there, but for 100 gold, I don't think it's a worthwhile investment right now. So we'll pass on that. I am 2 turns away from that signature skill that lets my units heal from unused movement points. And I already know I've got that signature skill. I need to right click off those. Your domain has been invaded. Okay. And another infestation sending invading forces. And literally no one was surprised. Alright, do I need to just eat the cost on this and cast it? Considering the Astral Dew income that's about to spike, I think I probably do. Because I'm going to get so much more mana and knowledge after that's done. So I'm going to go ahead and cast this now. I think now's the right time. Okay. And what do I get for fighting in grassland with resonant blades? Because it's probably some poison or decaying related thing. But I'm just curious. Resonant blades. So it applies a negative stat effect based on terrain. It might not tell me until I'm actually in combat. Although it said, wait, frozen? That's actually kind of bad for me. Because it counters burning. I don't know, I almost want to undo that, like, decast it. Why is it... He's in grassland forest. Is this a tundra province? Grassland ruins, sunken ruins, water, rocky coast, forest. Is it because it's a water province? What if I move... What if I check one of these guys? No, it's still frozen. Why? I don't want to freeze people. That's the opposite of what I want to do. Because burning is just going to unfreeze them. Does frozen counter burning? Like, can I freeze something that is burning? Hang on. Strike frozen. Frozen. Frozen counters burning. Why is it doing that? It's like shadow. His blade's all shadowy looking. It's like maybe because there's. It's just grassland, forest, river. There's no reason. I think I'm going to undo that. I think I'm just going to not cast Resonant Blades. Which seems silly, but... How do I cancel a spell? Normally I guess I could click this little X up here. Yeah. Hang on, I'm going to abort that. I might regret doing this, but... Now it should be back in here, available to be cast. But that should take away the frozen effect. Yeah. Okay, that was really weird. I don't know why it was making it frozen. There's nothing about this province, grassland, forest, river. It doesn't say snow. It doesn't say... water unless the river counts as water. So I have no idea why it was doing that. Maybe we'll revisit it later, but I definitely don't want that active in anywhere where anywhere where it would be frozen. Any other status effect like poison or something would be fine, but not frozen. That's a bad one for me. We want to burn these people as much as possible. Well, hey, you know what? That's more mana income for me. Unfortunately, I wasted a little casting the spell, but this just means build more troops. So I'm going to quick save, and we will go to the next turn. And go keep an eye on Sanguine down here. What the heck are you doing on your little vacation? I want this area so badly for Tridale. There is so much... Tridale is a city with so much potential that I just can't get off the ground because it's too constricted by enemies. But there's Tridale in the mid... Or well, I guess we are in the mid game. In the late game, Tridale could be freaking incredible. These guys might loop around and go after my after Tridale now. That might not have been my best decision. They actually can reach it. Dang it. Oh, I hope they don't do that. Please just pillage. Oh, you can't pillage anything. They might... Oh, crap. They might cancel that bathhouse that was almost done. Because I moved my units away from there. Oh, and Arvik's back. Wonderful. Sieging that teleporter. Well, this is what I get for pulling armies away from the front line, but I still think it's worth doing what I did. Please do not run around and siege Tridale. Even though they technically can. If they move here and then split this guy, they could attack the city. And I'm focused in on them. Probably pay attention on other people. Like Nikareth. Oh, Logar's bringing in backup. But I think it's going to be too little too late. It's all split up and scattered everywhere. I can probably wipe the city out and then pick all these guys off. I am glad I attacked when I did, though. Had I waited one more turn, these reinforcements would have gotten here. Okay, we are at Venira. Purple, whoever it is. Not seeing any movement out of them. They probably have just about rebuilt their army already, so... Where did Brown go? Brown's got that one group here. They haven't moved yet this turn. The rest of their units they just ran away with somewhere. They probably went up to the surface. Okay, purple's back. What was that? I don't know what they just did. I guess I'll find it in the log or whatever. Okay, good. They didn't go after Tridale. They're going to join Arvik over there. Alright, I just need to get troops back out there before my backup teleporter goes down. But before I forget to do this, I am going to finish off that bathhouse. That should be a cheap, 30 gold. I'll do that. And then I'll just try building something else that doesn't cost much. Like a library. I need research. Okay, I'm at 236 man income per turn and quite a bit better knowledge because of the Astral Dew. I did finish that set, so that helps quite a bit. Okay, Sanguine Grasp. Pyroclastic Eruption. Well, okay. It doesn't really hurt me that badly. It doesn't really hurt me at all. They just healed the damage. And it doesn't change it's still volcanic terrain, so... Okay, I got a lot of notifications. Breach is made up here, so we'll deal with that. Province is being pillaged. I'm aware. Domain invasion. Mostly looking for any domain invasions I don't know about. Yeah, see, these guys are also beelining it towards Hephaestus, it looks like. Domain invasion. Okay, I'm aware of all of those. I got Burden of Guilt cast on somebody here, so one of these armies has been slowed down. Looks like it's my Death Knight's army. It says risky battle. Whereas this is a safe battle. Maybe I want to fight this one first. Yeah, because then I'm not fighting in the city. Alright. We can do it that way. We'll try the auto, see how that goes. I am okay with that result, I think. I really need to get some health on my guys. I got a good magic orb, but I think the stuff I have is better. Okay, now it's just one guy down there who's sad and by himself. I'm not even going to worry about him. I am going to take this city. This is now a low-risk battle instead of a risky battle. I think I actually should have the upper hand on this one. Yeah, we got it, but we gotta back off now. Enchanted Mantle of Hexing, we'll take that. Alright, Hephaestus. Your army still has full movement, so let's have you stand on there. We're going to... I'm gonna try to turn this one into a vassal. As much as I kind of would like to raise it. The advantages of having this much friendly territory on the surface is a little too much to pass up, so we're going to try to make them a vassal. Just got to hold it for 4 turns. Now, I probably can't hold it for 4 turns, actually. Oh gosh, these guys can't even make it back to friendly territory. Well, at least I have other armies who can, so... and should. I'm gonna haste these guys to get them back into friendly territory, actually. And I will have to deal with this little mess, but that's okay. Okay, you guys go there. I actually don't want you in the outpost now. And you guys go here. And I'm gonna give you favorable winds. Now they may retake that city, but the important thing is we broke the walls. And killed a bunch of units. So it's still a win. I need to get favorable winds ready again. And I need to look into my Empire Affinity tree. One turn away, okay. It's gonna go a long way towards keeping my units in top shape. Okay, I think I'm safe here. For the most part. Alright, now we gotta wrap things up here very quickly. I need to build a road to do this as quickly as I can, so let's make sure we have road building enabled. Oh wait, hang on. Retreat. Get your friends in on this. To actually, yeah, we'll attack with this one. Enable road building. Do this. Should pretty easily smoke them. How in the heck, guys? That's embarrassing. That's just embarrassing. Well, I guess we get to play around with my mage's new spells, which could be fun. I could win this battle with, like, probably 4 of these units. I guess he was pretty beat up. Well, then just don't go fight the enemies. Do I have any healers? Here. Oh, I ran him too far away, didn't I? Yeah. Well, you go hide, and then I'll heal the other one on the next turn. Alright, come at me and see what happens. Go after the mage, in which case I will just move here and protect him. Let's get my archer in this little cover there. There we go, that's a good front line. You come back a little bit, just enough to get healed. There. Oh, they had an AOE back there. I didn't notice that. What even was that? What are you? Oh, a white witch? Wait. Why are you a white witch with firebomb? How did you get your hands on that? Must be flamer focus. Yep, that's it. Well, he can kind of just destroy anyone he wants to, can't he? Let's get this crap out of the way. And then if that works, the other should die. No, it wasn't quite enough for flame burst weapons to take him out. If I alt fire there, though, I do damage to everything, and oh, those guys can't quite break out, though. I may as well use her to patch this guy up. A lot of ghost fire. I need to finish this battle up quickly before all these status effects start piling up. Okay, there we go. They could all make it back now. Is that worth it? The rest of this stuff can probably be killed by weaker armies. I think if I can get them back, I probably should. They accomplished what they came out here to do. So let me make sure they can all make it back through. Those guys can... Hang on. I'm getting lost here. Here, this is where I want. Okay. So that army can make it. This army can make it if I used the spell. And then these guys can make it. Okay, we're going back before things get out of hand here. Keep clicking on the wrong area. And I'm not going to bother upgrading that outpost at all. It's going to be part of my capital city before too long, because that's the direction I'm going to expand in. So yeah, I'm good with that. Okay, you guys will be able to make it back once I hurry you. You guys can get to here. Man, favorable winds is coming in absolutely clutch. There's a suggestion by Indrid to use that more. And he was right. Very, very handy. Alright, I'm making more comfortable mana income every turn now. It's got a lot of work to do down here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a farmstead here. I can do that now. And then once this city grows a little more, I can start adding more farm structures. I'm going to really try to build out a little nice triple farm area back in there. It should be quite helpful. At the very least, getting a carnival of flesh will be handy. Caltrip stash. No, I don't really need any of this other stuff right now. The Masonic Hall would be nice, but I think at this point I could get some defensive structures and then just produce merchandise, I guess. It's only one more turn until I'll just build like caltraps or something, or archer battlements. I don't anticipate ever needing to fight a defensive battle in this city, but I guess it's best to be prepared, so we'll add some archer battlements. You cowards. Wait, maybe they went up. Oh, they went up. Oh, there's a decent-sized army there getting ready to come down. Okay. That is slightly concerning. Can they reach my capital on this turn? They could definitely reach these armies, so I'm going to want to move them. They could reach the capital. Okay. What I think I'm going to want to do... First off, I'm going to want to start getting her with members of her own team. We can drop, like, the polearm guys. I don't need them here. Just run off to the capital. It's fine. Sitting there for now. You can have... I'll swap this Liege Guard out for that one. Okay. I'll put this defender in the capital for the moment. So he's kind of extra. Actually, I probably should have him out. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move you out. I'm going to move these guys up about as far as I can go in this direction. Do you have enough movement to get back there? Okay. I'm going to actually have her go here. And keep this guy with me. Because he's got all my race bonuses. He's probably actually better than that orc lady. And then I kind of want to keep the shield unit with me because he could get XP and rank up towards becoming a Liege Guard. And move these guys up here. I'm kind of just moving these guys as far up in this direction as possible so they can't get jumped. My hope is that if Brown comes down this cave entrance, they split their armies up in a stupid way trying to pillage stuff, and then I can maybe pick them off. This army right here probably is not strong enough to deal with Brown in a straight up fight all at once, like all their stuff versus all my stuff at once. But if Brown splits up stupidly, they probably can manage. So that's sort of what I'm hoping for here. The important thing is I got this, and that's what I really, really wanted. And it is helping quite a bit. My mana income probably jumped by like 50 per turn, maybe a little more, and research would have been identical or close to it. Now I just need to get more. The more of these that I can annex to my cities, the better. What kind of stuff am I up against fighting Arvik over here? Decent army, and then mostly kind of crappish. These guys are okay. I think I've got better units. I think I've got pretty significantly better units. You're gonna need to wait there for the moment. Actually, since you're sort of extra, I think... How close is this mage to leveling up these guys? He needs 100 more XP to level up, so I just need to rank up those 2 knights. Alright, you're gonna go help over here for now, because you're actually a better unit than some of the other stuff that I've got over there. And how are you doing on liege guards, lady? You don't really have very many. I'm gonna build another one here. Just keep building units. Probably should get a market, anything that can boost income. Arcane Institute would also be maybe good if they weren't pillaging my crap. I kind of need a quarry. Not sure if I can even switch to one now. This is where I was thinking I might put a farmstead. Maybe I should do that now. You know what, let's grab the estate hall real quick while I've got it, before they pillage all my foresters. Okay, and you are good there. You don't need to do anything. That outpost is fine. And we'll just let Obsidian Forge eventually absorb it. I guess I should build catapult towers here. Obsidian Forge starting to feel like it's under increased threat. Okay, we did get stone walls and Nebular Sanctum, so that's... brings a little peace of mind, I suppose. I did get the boots for my... polearm, one of my polearm people. I'll get her some too, but these ones I made for her. There we go, so she's a little faster now. I'll go ahead and make another pair for my other polearm person. Would have been the haste boots, we'll forge those. It's nice being able to just forge anything that I want. Oh yeah, I'm still doing this. Next turn I can actually make use of all those signature skills. And it's going to be glorious. Alright, I think we're ready for the next turn. Hephaestus' army has backed off. I would anticipate they will take Kilval back on this turn, but maybe I can just go take it back again after they're done. These guys will probably attack me. They'll die horribly. So I think all is well. Just gotta get Arvik out of my territory now and re-secure Tridale. My mage's army leaves for 2 turns and everything goes to crap. I am quite happy that these guys are all so focused on Hephaestus that they're just not... They could really be making a mess here in Flowing Fields. Like a huge mess. And I wouldn't be able to do anything about it. But they've been thoughtful enough to not do that. And I appreciate that. I need to get a teleporter out here, though. Flowing Fields actually does not have a teleporter of its own. So I still have some flexibility as to where I put that. I'm thinking maybe around here or here. In fact, farm-wise, if I get this tile, I could make really good farms here. I need to beat the city-state to it, though. That might be the next one I take, because then I could build a farmstead and a carnival of flesh, which would be nice. Alright, let's look at what the enemies are doing. Alright, Burden of Guilt cast by Nykareth. I know. Wait, we're already on Nykareth. Logar never retook Kilval. Okay, I saw something flash down there and then disappeared. So that might be where Nicoreth has some units moving around. So she may not be far from Kilval. Arvik did not do much. His turn just flew by. I didn't even notice. I guess he's just sitting on that teleporter. Yeah, my mage's army should be able to stop that before the teleporter even goes down. Yep, Obsidian Forge is under siege. That is a substantial problem. Because I'm not sure that I can stop that. They have some good troops there. Oh, boy. I'm in a little bit of trouble now. Too much hitting me all at once. Let me try to auto this. Hopefully I can get away with that. Okay, good. I might end up having to do a really ugly battle on this turn or the next. Ooh, wait, no. I think I can kill two birds with one stone here. Okay, well, hang on. First, let me take care of this. Golden Wyvern mount, reward. That might actually be a better mount than what most of my guys have. Hang on. He's got a golden one. I might give that to my mage. Because the mage has a fire one, but I'm gonna have plenty of fire resistance, so we'll do the golden wyvern one for you. More spirit resistance is probably generally more useful. Okay. I'm not going to run into much fire damage in this game. Actually, do I have a frost wyvern mount? I was thinking maybe I did. I do. That's actually going to be more useful, especially against Arvik. Let me give that to the mage instead. And the spellblade, I think. Who I'm pretty sure is with the mage. Yeah, he's with the mage. That's going to be more useful. There we go. Give me some frost resistance. Okay, so a couple things. I can get this now, finally. Your units regenerate an additional hit point per 2 move points they have remaining at the end of your turn. That really adds up. That's a lot of extra healing, so I'm definitely going to take that. Okay, Hephaestus' army cannot do really anything right now. Other than keep the advance going. They can't help the capital. Nothing can be done about that. As far as Hephaestus' army is concerned. But there are a few other... Actually, there's a number of things. I have a plan for the capital, but first off I get my next tome, and it is going to be the Tome of the Crucible to get me that last bit of materium I need. Now, originally I was planning to take the Tome of Transmutation per Chris Lighthawk's suggestion to finish off that Astral Dew set, but I was able to get that Astral Dew just north of my capital. Again, that's a huge thanks to Vapapi, I think I'm pronouncing it correctly, for pointing that out, because that kind of just changed the whole course of what I'm doing here. Now I can go back to Tome of the Crucible, which gives me access to Meteor Projectiles, Lava Burst, which is a great spell for me, Crucible Battlements, which is good. Actually, Crucible Battlements doesn't do what it used to do, so it's not quite as good for me, but it's still handy to have. But I'm mostly in this for Meteor Projectiles, because deal +3 fire damage to the target and adjacent enemies. That's a lot of extra fire damage. So we're going to take this one. That's going to get me the extra material I need to finish off Ancient of Earth on anyone who can get it but doesn't have it already.
A union of fire and earth,
Unfortunately, this did not give me what I wanted. I'm not sure that I want to try to shuffle research for it either, because that can get expensive. I do know I'm going to eventually want Lava Burst, so I'm going to just take that now. And we'll hope that Meteor Projectile shows up sometime soon. That being said, let's pop back up to the surface and go to anyone who... Okay, we captured a hero, that's fine. Hephaestus finally can get the Grand Brawn Rune, which gives Ancient of Earth. This army leader, all non-hero units in the army gain 15% more damage on their attacks and chances of applying bleeding. So that's already really good. And then Ancient of Earth, giving Hephaestus 20 hit points and 20% more damage. That used to be 30% more damage. It was slightly nerfed, but I will still take a 20% damage boost on Hephaestus. That's still really good. Let's take that. And now he's really ready to go smash some heads in. This signature skill is also available for my Death Knight. And I'm going to be taking probably the same thing on everyone. Just boosting damage on output on the hero themselves and everyone in their army. It's a very powerful, very well-rounded buff. So, and now he's a very, very large man who can no longer ride on a mount. I just realized. Oops. All right, we'll get him a pair of those fast boots, but I think it's still a good trade-off. Actually, I'm going to need those fast boots on everybody, because nobody's going to be on mounts here in a little bit if they all keep leveling up and get Ancient of Earth. Oh well, it's a good thing I have a bunch of extra... Yeah, I'm not even close to running out of materials yet, so... And even if I do run out, I have a huge arsenal of stuff I can disenchant, so... Anyway, this army here... will not be able to kill this stuff. They are not powerful enough. However, my mage's army has an opportunity here. If I can clear Arvik off of this and get through the teleporter on this turn, because it's not sieged yet, I can then get them here, and then on the next turn run them down and take Obsidian Forge. I just need to get through these battles without taking too much damage. But it should be possible. So I need to figure out where I want to attack. What does the weakest stack look like? In fact, no matter what I attack, it's going to be... Yeah, it's not going to make much of a difference, so I'm just going to take the straightest line. We'll keep the mage in the middle army because that'll let him hit the majority of the battlefield. This is a low-risk battle, so it could be a decently tough one. Arvik is in this fight. That wasn't very tough at all. We kind of smoked him. Okay, cool. I got a Pyromancer for her group. I'm eventually going to have to start deleting some of this stuff. Oh wait, I can make Geomancers now also. Obsidian Forge can actually start producing that now. Can't build any buildings, but I can make Geomancers. And I'm gonna want to get a couple of those out to Hephaestus if I can, but in the meantime they'll be useful for helping these guys defend. Really, any city that can make them probably should make them. Kingerhelm can also make them, so I'm gonna make a few out here. Kingerhelm has grown also, so I'm gonna take the farm like I talked about. I need farmland. The only other thing is possibly getting the giants for them and kind of redoing how things are set up over here. I think I want the farm adjacencies and the extra food. It's going to help everything else grow faster. Well, is the giant form worth it, though? It's 10 production. It's mostly I'd be after the extra Imperium. And I can also use the Imperium to hurry things like city growth. What's the Great Foundry do? It's just bonuses for other adjacent mines, okay. I might know where that's going to go. That might go on the surface in that one spot, because I don't really have any other mines in here other than this one, and I don't have any way to build that next to it. So I think I might actually put the Great Foundry up top in this ice province that I have a hut in that I can't do anything else with, because then I could get that as a pearl mine later for it. Yeah, there's a number of things I can do here. Okay, just because of all the things that I'm waiting to get shifted around right now, I am going to make a bunch of moves. I actually am going to take this spot here, and I'm going to put the Giants Forum in that first. And start getting the extra bit of Imperium for that. And then I can start moving everything else around. I'm going to switch this to a mine. And yeah, then I will put the Rune Carver's camp where the Ritual Pyre is. Okay, so we'll start getting Kingerhelm fixed up properly. All right, now we took out all that stuff. We still got one group here. I need you to step aside. Now, if that one really weak knight in this group could just avoid getting himself killed, that would be great. Awesome. Now, do you have enough movement to move out here, attack them, and get back? You don't, but I do have the haste spell. Always an option. I actually got a bannerman here. He might be worth adding to one of the groups. Maybe not. These guys are leveling up so slow. I guess it's experience getting shared between a lot of high-level units. I kind of want to take out this little group here. And I could do it with the mage's army fairly easily if I hurry them up a little bit. Alright, for now, again, step out of the way. These guys can all make it through the teleporter easily. So I'm going to go ahead and move these guys here. I will do a favorable winds on them. This pulls everyone in despite it being a water battle. It's just weird like that. Army maintenance and army trainer miscellaneous item? That I'm sure I could use for somebody. Oh, it put him on the water. I keep getting all these free units. Maybe too many of them, actually. I know where they could go, though. I know where these armies could go. Okay, I've got a plan for you, all of you guys, actually. You're all going to go out here. Actually, let's make sure I leave enough room for all these armies to actually get through the teleporter in the first place. I'm going to send most of these guys up north and finish what my other group started, clearing off these mana nodes and stuff back here to try to improve mana income. Since they are not powerful enough to deal with the main stuff, it might be powerful enough to deal with this. So we can drop this pole arm. You can go in the sieged city, I guess, just somewhere out of the way to sit. And then I'm going to send all of you up north. Yep, I know. Okay, and then that gives them something useful to do that's kind of in their pay grade. They should be able to manage that stuff up there. It was just that one wizard's army that was a real problem. These guys are all kind of for this group here, so I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I think once the aspirant knights are leveled up, I'll probably swap out any that are for Hephaestus with these guys, although actually none of this stuff is Hephaestus. This is all mostly the mages stuff, so I think these armies are good. I just need to start splitting them off. Splitting them up differently, I think. Yeah. Alright, well, for the moment, I think you guys need to go chill in here. I will send you through a teleporter somewhere later, but for now, I just need to get them kind of out of the way. Alright, and then I can get all these guys back to the capital and clear out Brown's armies on the next turn. I am expecting another pretty big group from Purple to show up before long, though. But at least I managed to save that teleporter before it went down. Alright, now how about Hephaestus? Got everything else under control. That city completes in 3 turns. I'm going to just let everyone here hold still. Now that I have the Empire upgrade that I've been wanting to get, that Materium one, if I let everyone hold still, they should heal quite a bit more. Yeah. Okay. I could definitely use the bonus healing. Flowing Fields. Oh, that Lord's Manor is very close to being done. I think I can hurry that, and we'll go into the academy. Then you need to go find your way over here and catch up with your new boss. And I'm going to build a... Oh, I can make a Geomancer here too. All right. Just dumping money into Geomancers, but I am okay with that. Because they're going to be my main battle mages going forward, and I'm going to start getting rid of all those Pyromancers. I probably could start getting rid of some of the Pyromancers now. Really any that are, like this one here, is for my mage's city. And the mage city can make Geomancers now. So odds are they will never see combat, and they're taking up 12 gold income per turn. So I'm going to get rid of them. Any Pyromancers that are part of my mage's army, but not actually actively serving in the main army right now. Because they're going to be very quickly replaced. Like these guys out here, there's probably Pyromancers with this group that are for the mage. Actually, there's not. Alright, well, we don't have a problem. The mage did level up, and I do want to get Searing Strikes, I think, for the extra 10% damage against targets that are burning and the 2 fire damage flat. So we'll take that. Also, I have quite a bit of stuff that I can get. I want Army Trainer on that mage, actually, because that'll help level up those knights faster. More people in jail. More people in jail. Oh, I am making an absurd amount of 54 and 44. And it's just getting better as the game goes on. They are feeding my economy by just giving me people to put in my prison. Okay, where else am I being invaded? That's no surprise. And that's no surprise. And that is a little bit of a surprise. Hopefully my city-state can handle that. Next rally is in 4 turns. They're going to have to deal with that themselves. They should be okay, since they don't have any other threats to worry about right now, now that Logar's getting beat up. which I just, again, cannot even describe how good that feels. Alright, we're gonna go to the next turn. And we're gonna go see what Sanguine's up to. I'm expecting another large army out of both Purple and Sanguine at pretty much any time. I want to build stone walls in Tridale really badly, but that city is... It needs another town hall upgrade to even have the option to make them. My research still sucks, but it's getting into slightly more respectable territory. Okay, Logar's turn went by really fast, so he probably doesn't have much left at this point. Arvik didn't send anything else after me. Let's pop up north and see if we can spot any of Nikareth's stuff moving around. Oh, Sanguine is coming to Kilval to try to... Or she did interrupt that, I think. Which, that's okay. I don't mind that got interrupted. I mean, it's kind of unfortunate, but I mostly accomplished what I needed to accomplish. The walls are down, so I don't need to siege it again. And actually having Sanguine up here means that Sanguine's not bothering Tridale, and she's instead trying to fight my strongest army. So it's still a win for me. Hephaestus' army is more or less accomplishing what I wanted them to do up there, which is being a big distraction and taking pressure off of pretty much everything else. I'd rather focus the enemy into one point or trying to do one thing instead of having them spread out. Alright, they are getting a little active down here again. Purple is. Yeah, it looks like they're making a push on Tridale. Oh, that's not good. They've got flying stuff now. Tridale might go down. I don't know if I can save that city. What kind of quality troops do they have? They don't have very good troops. That is an army that I think I could beat with even my kind of crappier troops. So I might try to get them back. I'm not sure that they can get there in time, though. And saving my capital is far more important than Tridale, though. If Tridale goes down for a turn or two, that's something that I can deal with. Staff of Healing that I probably won't use, although might be worth considering on my mage. Maybe not. No, if I was going to give a staff to my mage, I would want to attach a really powerful AoE spell to it. This will probably just get scrapped at some point, but for now, that's fine. Oh, what are we doing? The additional stars have dimmed again, much to your relief. Okay, my archers are... If I spend that much mana, I could learn how to make archers have less range and do more damage. That is kind of worth considering. Because I have Seeker Arrows, so I'm already getting an extra range out of it. 30% damage boost is a lot. It affects Battle Mages too, though, and I don't know if I want to cut Battle Mages' range down that much. But having extra damage on them, though, would be good. I don't have Tome of Amplification to give the Battle Mages extra range. Do they? Battle Mages just get that from leveling up. I'm trying to think forward here on my geomancers. I don't think I'll use it, and it's a lot of mana. I'm just gonna pass on that. It was tempting though. Okay, Tridale is under siege. I am aware. I'm still trying to scramble to save my capital in what will still probably be a decently tough fight.
Hey.
Huh?
Alright, well, there's not much I can do. Oh, wait, hang on. Ah, I see it. I see something that I might be able to do. First off, let's deal with this before I get fully distracted. Low risk battle. This I can actually see why it would be kind of tough. Well, I kind of have to do this, so... yeah, that's a little ugly. And I don't want to lose those two guys. Alright, we'll do this one ourselves. Okay. Where to start? I would love to use the wildfire here and just torch all those guys, but can't really do that. So what does this thing do again? Master. Hero is not engaged in melee when its turn starts, then it gains extra damage on range on magic attacks and abilities until it moves. Okay. So it doesn't help me right now, but it might help me in the future. Possibly the very near future, like next turn. I think I can form more of just a straight up line on this one. Maybe slightly leaning more in this direction. Apologies for the sirens outside. I live on a somewhat busy road. Okay. Let's try to keep you guys away from the enemies more or less and link you guys up with him. We still got quite a few troops back here, so I'm gonna try to lure some in. And you should have a heal, I think, so let's have you use that on Knight so that he can actually be somewhat useful. Oh, they got the Monarch bonuses. Okay. Didn't realize she was a Monarch. She's not actually in this battle, though. Coward. Wildfire's going to be just out of range. I do have this, though, which can hit a respectable number of units. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this now. Caster refreshes all ability cooldowns and gains. I don't want to refresh ability cooldowns yet. I think I'll just hit what I can with Blast Evocation and give them some fire to run through. Try to get the shields up front, and I could follow up with Immolation. Immolate for a little extra damage on several different units. I have quite a few casting points now, so I'll be a little liberal with how I use that. Alright, protect the archers. Actually, I think the archers are okay. Yeah, they're fine. I'm expecting a big charge on this side, probably. Kind of want the shield to be here. There's a lot of natural cover I can use to my advantage here. Almost too much. Yeah, I have a really strange line here, and I'm not sure everyone's going to see as much combat as I would like. I don't know if I'm spreading them out correctly or not, but that should be enough to get them to rush at me, at least. Okay, they're not doing much. And depending on how they position themselves, that mage is going to really mess some stuff up. I think they may have stayed out of his range, though. Okay, I like how this is going so far. They are staying out of wildfire range, though, unfortunately. But if they want to do piecemeal like this and just charge little bits at a time, I can play that game too. I've also still got fire evocation on this guy. He can't quite hit as much with it as I'd like, but that's still a pretty good hit on the hero if I wanted to do that. You could also almost dang near kill that hero if I rush out. That might be worth doing. Alright, let's focus over here first. But a gargoyle I want to get rid of. Can't really do much about that unit in the back, but I can try to soften these guys up here. These knights are going to come barreling in to all those guys. They should be able to tank it. I am going to try to get him out on more of a flank. There we go. That's a good position for him, I think. I could countercharge the knight after he charges. Okay, this very nearly kills the gargoyle. He'll die on the next turn from burning. I think everybody else is just going to hold that left side, and I'll just try to focus on making progress over here. Only a 20% chance to hit him, so I'll focus on getting rid of that golem. Move him here to defend. Keep him on defense. What kind of hero are you? You're a melee guy? You can summon a plant, but I will burn it very quickly if you do. I'm thinking might try to pull him in closer, but problem is this guy is... Because I was thinking about abducting Cyclone, but if I do it there, it'll pull this guy instead. And he is not who I want to pull in. I want to pull in that one. I think instead on this turn, I'm just going to summon my spider and go hurt him with that, and that should provoke some sort of a response. Soften him up. You can hit big group back there. That might be worth doing. That could... Okay, that was a crit. That was nice. And it sent the... I didn't even realize that was a gremlin, but it sent him out of position. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna really do anything with this guy on this turn. Can't taunt a golem. It is a robot. I don't really want to hit my friendly spider with stuff, so we'll just leave him on defense. I'm wondering if I want to do anything with this polar or that shield, but I think I'll just leave him guarding that point. I think we're good. I don't even know if I'm going to cast a spell on this turn. Can't wait till I have lava burst. That's going to be nice. Yeah, I think all of them need to just shield and get ready for that big cavalry charge that's coming on the left side. And this guy can just kind of burn whoever he wants. Doesn't matter. Let's just look at my spells and see. I could do Death Storm. That actually might be worth doing on this group here, maybe? Or possibly this group up here. Actually, there's a lot of range units up there. I think I'm going to use it on them. Okay, well, it's a lot of sundered defense, so it didn't blind anyone. Okay, he went for a different guy than I was expecting. Yeah, that's good. Spend all your time going after that. Now they're all out of position. And this guy just moved up to where my polearm can absolutely smoke him. Okay, I think I'm going to move my mage up just a bit. Didn't really get a chance to use my big fire spell as much as I wanted, but I can. Let's see, I think I need to soften this guy up a little bit with the archer. I can kill the giant with her. And then I can fly out and go after her. Meteor strikes coming in big there. I can probably kill her with the mage. This is kind of putting my mage out there a little bit, but I think with all those defenders over there, it's fine. Oh, look. Good for you. You have slipped away. It went the wrong direction. Okay, now I can kind of charge this side over here. Friendlies. I think I'm going to try to avoid my fire. I still don't have my good defense against that. And we'll just kind of cautiously charge with the Aspirant Knights. I don't want to risk them getting killed. Okay, now I do have a little bit of a problem here. These knights are kind of an issue. I think I can deal with them. So what I want to do is probably try to set them on... I could do one of two ways. I could try to set them on fire so these guys do more damage to them, or I could sunder defense so the arrows do more damage to them. I think I'm going to try to sunder their defense, because that's a guaranteed to work. Okay, then the arrows do slightly more damage. Not a lot. I'm going to flank these guys. Move these guys out here like this. Oops, hang on, undo that. I'll keep sundering their defense. I want him to go hit that archer and hurt their feelings. I do still have a hero back here. That's a charge hero. Can do decent damage to a lot of different things. I think I know what spell I'm going to cast on this turn. First, I'm going to try to whittle that guy down a bit more. Then I'm going to move him here. Actually, he's fine where he's at. Just see if I can get a few hits off. 70% I'm normally okay with. Okay, I've softened them up quite a bit. I can now do this to weaken them even more. And then I can do hold the line to patch up a little bit of health and put them back into defense. I think this is a fine spot to do it right here, actually. I can move this guy sort of out of harm's way a little bit. Maybe by putting him over here. It leaves him a way out if he wants to use it next turn. Who's left? Is it just you? Okay. Okay, I think we got this under control. Yeah, they're kind of falling apart on that side. And this side's about to get chased down by a bunch of charge units. Okay, so I'm gonna send this knight over here. We will go hit that archer once. And I can probably get a double kill there with that archer if I do that. I think that's worth doing. I think that's a good double kill. Because it frees up a ton of melee units to come running through and start pinning these guys down. Also start pinning the archers down. I believe I can kill them. Cool. That unit has a charge attack. I can actually cancel that. If I can kill this unit first, which I'm not going to be able to, that's okay. I'm going to just go for this guy. I'm going to cancel that, do 2 times Sundered Defense, and I can start picking him off. I really need this guy out here dealing with this stuff, so I think I'm going to have him fly over here and go after the archers. The mage I might have move over here to help with that hero a little bit. Or a lot, all the way. No, I don't want to let them run. And I don't need to worry about status effects as much with this lady. Okay, everyone who has movement, chase them down. Maybe taunt them if you can. I'm gonna see where they move. I think they have to go back this way. So I'm just gonna try to cut off their retreat. You have a heal, don't you? Go ahead and heal them. I believe everything else is pretty much under control, so I'm just going to end the turn. Yep, they're all trying to run through that forest. They probably will not make it. I'm going to go after that gremlin. See where he teleports to. Oh, that's annoying. He could make it out. Okay, then I need to try to kill this person with somebody else. so that he can go after the gremlin. I don't want that gremlin getting away. I don't want the longbow getting away either, though. Well, maybe the mage can deal with it. I've got a spell for it. It's fine. I just need to kill this unit. Alright, mage, go here. Ride them. I will have you go kill the gremlin. These guys can all beat up on the magma elemental. I can almost kill them. That'll kill him. Just alt fire the ground next to him. Wait, who's left? Oh, there's still somebody up here. Okay. Now, fortunately, I have really fast knights that can chase them down. Oh, there's still a bunch over here. I didn't notice all these guys running past me. Oh, you had to graze? Really? There we go. There we go. All dead. And barely any damage. I got a sharpened glove. I will never use that. It's a Cestus. I don't really have any heroes kitted out for that. And a tier 4, a fairly nice tier 4 armor. Is that useful for anybody? I'm getting... Oh yeah, I've got upgrades. Hang on, let me get these divvied out. Oh, did you have a signature skill? You did. Okay. I don't really know what I was doing for that third tier of the signature skill. Maybe Awaken Earth? What did I do with the... I'm going to look at one of my Death Knight as like a reminder, is what I was thinking. Because a lot of times I do the same thing for all my heroes. Because I build them out a certain way according to my build. But let's see what I did with him. So I took Awaken Earth so I could get the Summon Stone Spirit. Is that Stone Spirit the tier 3 version? It is. That's a pretty useful summon. So that's definitely a contender. Let me flip back down here and see if anything else would be better for her specific group. Oh, I still have units to kill down here too. Because the other one I would probably think would be Master of Chaos, which target all adjacent enemies. That actually could be good for her, because she's a melee fighter, very much in the fray. That, and it enters defense mode. Well, actually, she's always going to enter defense mode after use. Enemies in a 1 hex radius get 2 random negative status effects. That is probably not something that I would ever use. No, I would never use that, as opposed to just attacking and killing something with her. The only other thing is the overcharged thing, which is a free action and can be useful. But I don't like that chance of being stunned. I think it's too dangerous, too risky. I think maybe just the summon. I mean, it's always good. Yeah, I'm going to go with the summon. It's also worth considering what this gives your army, too. That's critical hit chance. And this is defense. I'll just take the defense and the summon. There's really no going wrong with that. Honestly, actually, I'm still going to take the defense, but I don't know that I'm even going to bother getting Awaken Earth when I can move down here and try to get Tireless Retaliator. So I'll take Pushing Attack, and then I'll get Aggressive Push next time she levels up. I think somebody else leveled up too. Yeah, the Spellblade did. What do you got going? I'm probably going to do the same thing with him. His is even more useful because he can cast it when he's in melee combat, so we'll do all adjacent enemies. I'm wondering if this might be more useful on the Spellblade, because that Ender Defense mode is something he doesn't normally get to do. This would be a nice complement to Arc Fire Burst. It's kind of a lesser version of that. I think I will give this to him. Yeah, we'll do something a little different with him. We'll go Master of Chaos for him. And then I want Weaver, and I want Go for the Kill. And we'll worry about that other stuff later. Alright, we are not done here yet. There is one army left, and then I have other plans. Is there a road there? I need to be very mindful of where roads are right now. 1, 2, 3, there's a road there. Okay. Go there, go there. Send the fastest unit there to finish these guys off. I'm glad I didn't have to fight the Infernal Juggernaut. Okay. We have thoroughly wiped them out. Now, I think it's back to Tridale to put out that fire. I believe everyone can make it through the teleporter. Yeah, everyone will be good. These guys are putting in some work over here. And warp you there. Okay, excellent. I can then get down to Tridale. I bet I can actually save Tridale. Yeah, it looks like I can reach it on the next turn. So they are going to save multiple cities just in the nick of time. Last possible second. I got a little army coming in, but they're not really any threat, so... Obsidian Forge could finish the Geomancer now. I could finish that pretty quickly. I'm going to try to start sneaking this one towards the front line to replace a Pyromancer in Hephaestus' group. I also have a great foundry I could build, which is maybe the first useful building I've been able to make in my capital for a while. I could... not really sure where I want to put that. I got the giant form down there. Oh wait, my capital can grow. Hang on. Let's get that conduit I was talking about. I believe I do have a Mage's Guild in here. I feel like I'm getting very easily distracted here. Did I make a Mage's Guild here? No, I made a Merchant's Guild in my capital. I think that was a mistake. I think I should have made a Mage's Guild. I might change that, or possibly a or possibly a Scholars Guild. There's a lot of places that I could change into being research locations instead of mana. Well, for now, I'm going to actually turn this into research, because I really do need research. It's going to get me quite a bit of both resources anyway, because of the bonuses that I got from the Cosmoflux Elixir set. So that's still helpful. And I do want to make this mine somewhere. I'm just not sure where I want to build it. But it has adjacency bonuses for other mines. So naturally, like... maybe here. That would be a good spot for it, right on that quarry. Yeah, I'm going to put it there. Yeah, just so the capital's got something it can be working on. And that'll help with the Merchant's Guild. The Merchant's Guild is still being useful. I still do need gold, too. I'm making about even amounts of both resources now, so I'm not really going to change anything in there yet, but I think I'll just keep an eye on it. The capital's flexible. It can kind of do whatever it needs to do. We'll go ahead and cancel that. I am going to build another Geomancer out of the capital, and let me turn that off because it's getting annoying. One more turn on the Geomancer there. And one more turn on the Geomancer here, I think. Now 2 more there. And I'm going to take this one and start working him on his way towards Hephaestus. So we'll just see if we can sneak one over real quick. There we go. Okay. So I got a new Geomancer. Terrorbolt Blight. That'll change based on the terrain they're in. And I think we are good. Hephaestus has to fight some stuff on this turn as well. I need to take back Killball from Sanguine, but his army is in good shape now. And I think they will be ready to take that out pretty easily, take Sanguine's army out pretty easily. But that's going to have to wait until the next episode. I've been at this one for a while. I need to wrap this up here. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully in the next episode we can wipe out Sanguine and basically save Tridale just in the nick of time. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all your thoughtful feedback and considerations. Like that comment for this episode of just reminding me that I had that Astral Dew up here. Kind of changed how everything unfolded in this episode. So your feedback really does help. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Dawson Horner, Devin Larson, Jimbro, Roderick, and Sarah Feingold. Thanks so much, everybody.